Hello and welcome to today's race stream here in the mountainous hills of Palmadera, Brazil. We are just getting all the cars ready for the race, which will start in about a few seconds. Well, hopefully, it's probably going to be a bit longer than that, as all the staff and the drivers get their cars spawned in and synced up with the server. I am your commentator today, Nath, and I'm joined by Kimmy again. Say hello, Kimmy.
Hello everybody, welcome to the stream of course. It's gonna be hopefully a good race with no shenanigans like last race. So everything is being set up by Nav right now and we're just waiting for the race to get started. Everyone's just putting on their places.
I'll wait until the grid is set before I change modes, because inevitably someone isn't going to have their car spawned in. This always happens, and we won't be able to see them. The race has been delayed for 10 minutes, so that is approximately 9 minutes from now. So, let's have a little bit of a talk about this track, as we see a Posey doing a few laps, getting his car ready and just building up that muscle memory. Very important round here because there's a lot of corners which are quite tricky actually. A lot of flat out high G corners and one high negative G, what was it called, crest, at the top of the hill, which really does get your blood moving. See right here, flat out, right, left, and then a lot of desync. But that should be fixable with a little bit of movie magic, which you guys didn't see. Okay, everyone is getting ready, and we should be all set in a few minutes. We have had a few issues this week with the systems going down and breaking, but if that happens today, we've got backup systems which will work just fine. We just need to hope that Wesley doesn't leave the server without kicking himself. Desync is very bad today. Right, let's just move to a different person who hopefully is having a better time. Everyone's been told to save their configs as the server is restarting. Okay. So, we will be back very soon with the race. So, see you guys in a little bit. And apologies about that, everyone. We are back, and we should have a race underway pretty soon. Again, I am your commentator, Nath, in the commentary box. With me today is Kimmy.
Yeah.
Of course, Creeper one. Levy. Just going through, setting all the cameras up after we've had a few technical issues. And who's that? Wesley's driving the safety car. So this is not going to be a safety car. It's going to be a danger car. Everyone's favourite. Okay. The formation lap is starting now, so I will just put the correct UI up, and there we go. Away we go for the formation lap of the Brazilian Grand Prix. Alfie in the lead. I will go through the grid right now for you guys, just so you know what the grid is. Oh, very wide. There goes Alfie. That is my ping though, because it's too warm here in the UK. So if I go to driver info, we will see we can't see the grid. If I go to here, I can see the grid. Okay. The F3 grid: Alfie, Gab, Seb, Posey, and then Levy. That is everyone that we have on the grid today. 5 drivers, but I'm sure they will give us a bit of action at least. Let's have a look at the person who's meant to be at the back, which is Levy. As he slows down to let everyone past, we're going to have an exciting few laps around here. Of course, this is a 25 lap race around this undulating circuit. So let's just have a look as the drivers drive into their grid spots. You can see them apparently popping into view. Don't know why they do that, because I have graphics on full. But nonetheless, you can see them over there. Whoa!
Oh!
Something's happened to Gab. Or Alfie. No, that's Gab. And the number 9 is in the pits. It seems like we will have another another formation lap. Yeah. Apparently it's the servers not having a nice time again. Yeah. A lot of drivers having issues. The race has been restarted though, so we will see the drivers go around for the formation lap one more time. So let's bring up the formation lap graphic. There we go. And we will get this formation lap underway again. Posey has been disconnected. We will see what happens with that information. Away we go. You can hear them coming into view. Or not. No, there you go. And let's ride on board with Seb, who is at the top of the list, apparently, somehow. There we go. Seb driving in P3, but he shouldn't be. He should... No, he should be there. Yeah, no, that's fine. We need to wait for Posey. Whether Posey will return or not, I'm not exactly sure. But we should wait for Posey to rejoin. at the end of the day, it's up to the stewards whether they will let him or not. But we will see what happens. Let's have a little bit of quiet so you guys can hear the amazing sounds of these cars. As we wait for the server to reset, to keep going, we get the light sequence. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5 lights of the colour red. The lights go green and away we go. 4 drivers off. Great start from all of them. Alfie staying out wide. There is Gab. Ooh, Seb very wide. Let's have a ride on board with Levy as we have a look at the action that is unfolding. Seb getting back down the inside out of 2 into 3 and into 4. Levy settling in. There is Seb. He's going to try and dive it down into the next corner after the hotel. There goes the hotel. Alfie with a massive gap to Gabby and Gabby with a massive gap to Levy. Let's have a look behind us again. There is Seb. Seb very far behind us as well. Let's ride on board with Gab, who seems to be getting a bit squirrely there. The Overpower Grand Prix driver seemingly putting a bit too much power, ironically, into his rear wheels. Alfie controlling this race as he always does. Currently, he's gonna start the second lap. Wouldn't expect anything less than him. There is Levy and there is Seb locked into battle down this massive straight. Lots of speed gets built. Look at that slipstream bringing him down from 110 down to 50 before the braking zone. At the braking zone, it's a 40 feet gap. Down the inside looks Seb, but Seb doesn't manage to get any wheels side by side. Levy off track, Alfie off track. Away they go. The track limits violations this week are reported to be very relaxed because apparently it's self-serving, self-penalizing going off track here. I'm not exactly too sure, but that's what the FIA have said, so that's what we will look for. There's the gap to Gab. It's not too much. 2 wheels goes Levy. That's not going to feel too good for his back when it comes smashing back down. Let's ride on board with Seb as he tries and pulls himself closer and closer to Levy. Lap 3 now, entering lap 4. What is the gap going to be? Closing in is the gap. It's a red flag. What's happened for the red flag to be called? I'm not too sure, but the drivers are entering the pit lane. A red flag 5 minutes and 3 laps into the race. Well, okay, I don't know what to say about that. It all seemed to be just fine. Very confusing here. I don't know why we have been given the red flag? Do you know?
It might be for the guys who have left because supposedly he was trying to get back into the server. No one has crashed, so I don't know. It might be from the people who've left. Levy's rear wing is on the loose. He's actually jumping there.
Going to happen. I expect we will start again, but that's unfair for the drivers who have already done 3 laps, and yeah, looks like we're starting again completely. So all that action that we've just seen nullified, undone, and a Posey will be allowed to join the session again. So here is a Posey, and we will go for another formation lap.
The third one of the day.
The third formation lap of the day, hopefully. Nothing else happens. Pretty bad start from a Posey there. Lap 1 again. We'll see what happens as the safety car enters the barriers. And well, yeah. Let's ride on board with the championship leader, Alfie, as he makes his way back to the grid for the 3rd time today.
Yes, everyone's making their way to the grid, and Alfie, for the, like, he's again in P1, and I think he's gonna drive away as again with this restart. I hope Gabby can stay with him this time, and let's see what he can do to keep up with Alfie. And Seb and Levy, of course, who have been having the same pace in the first start.
This is a formation lap. I think we're actually going, because they seem to be going too fast for a formation lap. No, they are doing a proper full start. So, here we go. Getting ready for the... Oh, what is Levy doing? Levy having a bit of a moment as a Posey drives into the pits, which I think is very unfair for a Posey. Anyway, 1 red light, 2 red lights, 3 red lights, 4 red lights. There are 5 lights that we've called red. They go green, and it's away we go. Great start from all the drivers, a massive start from Levy. There is Pocomo, Seb, blue flag, and a Posey is sent off. Here is Alfie. There's the view behind Alfie. Massive turn there. Just turns really sharply. A little bit off track, but again, track limits are very soft for anyone joining. Let's have a look at Seb. Let's have a look at a Posey. Posey trying to get onto the back of the drivers that we've just seen. There they are in front. They're not too far away. A Posey can see them, and he smells blood. Let's have a look at Gab. Gab right behind Alfie, who looks like he's almost tipping his cars every time he goes through that corner. Let's have a look behind them. Levy and Seb locked in battle. These two drivers locked in separated battle with each other. Very wide there. The stewards will look at that. And, well, through the banked corner we go, riding on board with Levy now. There we go. As we come over the crest for the first time this race. Down we go. Is he going to go for the overtake? It looks like he's going to go for the overtake here. Down the inside. Braking later. He makes the overtake. Looking behind. There's Gab. Gab is going to try and do the old switcheroo. Doesn't exactly work. And Seb also smells a little bit of prey. Let's ride on board with Seb as we enter turn 4. Massive lockup from Gab down into turn 4. They touch. Gab runs out wide. Levy staying on the inside. Seb not putting the throttle on as soon as he probably could have. I'm not the one driving that car. I don't know the conditions of that car. But to me, I would have put the throttle on a little bit earlier. But enough critiquing. Let's have a look at this. Gab right behind Levy. Right behind Gab is Seb. These drivers are so tight in battle right now. It is very nice to see. I told them that I wanted close racing, and close racing's what I've got. The nose has been ripped off of Seb's car as Gab drives over it. Unfortunate for Seb, he's now going to have a flying time, quite literally, over there. Let's stay on. Let's actually go on to a Posey's on board. No, Posey's a bit too far. Let's ride on board with Gab as we enter turn 1 again. Oh, he sees them just as he turns in and decides to stay on the outside. He loses 1 position, maybe 2 positions, and he will have to chase back up again. Let's have a look at Levy. This is Levy's on board, the APS driver. Yeah, you can see that front nose cone just ripped off. And after 23 laps, the race will end. The race has been shortened for that little technical issue that we saw earlier. There is Gab trying to stay in DRS and slipstream range of Seb. Seb is very close. They've collided. Seb has run right into the back of Levy. And let's just see where Seb is now. Seb's behind Gab. And looks like, sounds like a Posey. Yep, there we go. There's a Posey. A Posey has made a overtake on Seb. There is the P4 driver. And looks like Levy and Gab are going to be driving next to each other. No, Gab is somewhere. Gab is far behind. Looks like these two may have had a coming together with each other at some point. Exaggerated by desync, unfortunately. And well, that's a lot of damage on our screens. Of course, they're driving as if it's not there, so obviously on their screens it's not this bad, but it looks dreadful. So with a little bit of movie magic we can fix it, and there we go. It has been fixed by movie magic. Seb leaving the pit lane, and these drivers still fighting so close. They're just about a second behind each other, so they still have DRS. Posey just a bit too far back for the DRS, unfortunate for him. Levy though keeping P2 behind a Alfie. Not for long though. Gab coming down this straight. Is he going to open up DRS? Will he get it? Passing one thing, opens the DRS flap. Look at that speed that he's just gained. Down he goes. Levy defending the inside line. Gab trying to look down the inside at the apex, failing to get the overtake, but he has gained a lot of ground on Levy. The slipstream turning into dirty air through this section of corners. And Levy's gone wide. The door's wide open. Gab doesn't take it. And is that Levy having a few issues? Is Levy having tyre issues? We don't know. We just don't know. Let's have a look behind. You can see a Posey now. He's in DRS range. Around the outside, tries a Gab massive lockup. The Gab's teammate looking behind him. He's just waiting to pounce the moment that Gab gets even the slightest bit more out of shape. Through this set of turns we go. Now let's have a look at Posi's on board now as we drive round the bank's final corner. What a lovely sound these cars have when they're in junction with each other. They harmonise so beautifully, DRS and slipstream down this straight. Look at that closing speed. Posi down the outside. He makes the double overtake before he's got to the corner. And what an amazing overtake. He's lost it all. He's spun. Posi has spun it at turn 1. That amazing overtake that he's just done, he's lost it all. And he's going to have to build up so much more speed, so much more time, and take that gap down. Let's ride on board with Gab. Kimmy, you go.
Yeah, so it was a very much top speed of Posi there, braking too late into turn 1, and now it's Gabby behind Levy. Levy is focusing so hard, I think, that he's pushing his tires to the limits, and there Gabby trying to go for the switcheroo there, can't fulfill it, and there Levy is still there in P2, but I think on the next straight Gabby's gonna get him with the DRS and the slipstream. Seeing who takes the better exit over here. You can go flat out through this corner, and we can see Levy is pulling away there in this corner. And here we go down the hill to see what can Gabby do to get to Levy. And Levy is losing to Gabby. Gabby is closing up very much. There we see Gabby coming for Levy, and Gab is not having enough top speed. I think he has already hit this top speed. Late braking there from Gabby, or trying to go down the inside, not working. And Levy is defending very good there against Gabby. And Posi at the back also closing up to the both of them. And then we see Gab, maybe he can down the inside. Yeah, Levy goes wide again, trying to get a better exit for Levy. Does work. And there we go, up for the first DRS zone. What can Gabby do to close up to him? Taking the slipstream and DRS, but he cannot make it in time for the corner.
Let's just note that Alfie, he has just made a pit stop, so this might encourage everyone else to make a pit stop as well. He is, of course, 6 seconds behind Levy, who is in front of us. And he's going to close up on these drivers so quickly now, as he gets a track limits warning, because he's got such fresher tyres. It's like 8 laps fresher tyres than the rest of them. So we can see the drivers, these two, Levy and Gab, they're posing up to enter the pit lane. Let's have a look at what Posi is planning. He's also planning to enter the pit lane. Who's going to exit the pit lane first? Let's just have a look. There goes Alfie. Alfie's passed them for the lead once more, riding on board with the current reigning world champion. He's in a league of his own, isn't he, Kimmy?
Yeah, I think he's just trying to set consistent laps and not looking who's behind, because he knows he's already in P1. Well, everyone is in the pit, let's see. Oh, he almost spun it over there. He's pushing very much to the limits. And there goes Levy, and Levy went from P2 to P4. And he had a terrible pit stop, I think. He had some penalties from going wide, of course. More than everyone else, and I think he had some extra time in the pit because of that. So Gabby now in P2, let's see if he can hold up his teammate Posi, and Levy of course behind. It's gonna be Gabby of course that's gonna try to keep Posi behind. Posi touching the grass there. The teammates, let's hope they will not crash into each other.
Round this banked final turn again, past the mobile transmission stand. Over the hill we will be going in a few moments. Look at the speed we have. This is before DRS is open. Once the DRS is open, we'll see just how much speed he will get as well. DRS opens Look at that speed that he's got. Is he going to make the braking zone this time? Let's just have a look. Brakes at the 100, maybe just a bit before that, and he makes the turn this time.
And Levy has been overtaken by Seb there. And Gabby, of course, has been overtaken by Posey. So we have gotten 2 overtakes on the big main straight going down the hill, which actually so cool to see how the cars just power up so much to overtake each other. And you can see how the slipstream and the DRS does it work. And now we got Seb in P4 and Levy in P5. What can Levy do to get back on Seb? And they're going through the beautiful section up and down on the hills. Levy is trying to get closer to him to get him on the straight. And the better exit is there for Seb, I think. And Levy is, and there they're going. We see that Posey and Gabby are also close to each other. It's like a train with some space between it. And Levy is going down the hill. Seb is going in front of him. Seb will also have DRS from Gabby. And Seb is closing up to Gabby very much. Is he going to send it round the outside there?
Round the outside goes Levy. Levy, ooh, he's a massive moment, almost hitting the wall. And Gab has lost out to Seb, who went around the outside at turn 1. Pretty unorthodox way of passing at turn 1, but he's made it stick apparently, which is very good work from Seb there. Of course, Seb not as old in this league as Gab is by a few laps. And what is that? That's an overtake on a Posey by Seb. I never thought I'd see this. Let's have a look.
Yeah, Posey almost spun. He had very much wheel spin at the exit of the corner, and then he lost so much time to Seb, and Seb just said that's an EV overtake. And he basically had P2 free, but I don't think Posey's gonna let it by that. I think he's going to get him back at the main straight, going down the hill and taking that top speed again.
We will see, riding on board with Seb now. Looking on the back cam, there is a Posey as Alfie goes off track one more time. Look at that closing speed. Down the inside goes a Posey. Is he going to stop in time? Seb's going to try the old switcheroo, and he's made the overtake again. Posey has made the overtake for P2 with Seb. These guys, they should probably think about not fighting and just putting in some lap times to close the gap to Alfie, because look at the gap that they've made. 26 seconds and gaining. Alfie is so far ahead that this battle is just losing them so much time.
And Levy and Gabby are fighting there. I can see them on the leaderboard switching positions, but it's Levy in P4 has overtaken Gabby there. While Levy's getting very close to Seb.
Levy with that dirty air, he's going to have a loss of grip down this corner. Down this straight though, it's very helpful. More top speed. There's the DRS open for Gabby, excuse me, and C's not entering the pit lane. He's going down the inside on what? He's gone down the inside on a Posey very wide. Levy spun it. Something's happened to Levy. Probably a bit of desync. And wow, he's just lost it, and he's so far back now. He's going to have to make all that time back up. Let's have a look on a Posey's on board. He's going so wide on every corner now. Is his tyres dead? Has he used too much of his tyres up? Are they too warm? And Seb spun it now. Seb
spins.
He's the latest spinner.
Everyone is spinning, I think.
Oh, almost a collision from Levy and Seb. Oh, they got so close.
I don't think there's gonna be much time until everyone pitches. Everyone is losing the car, and we have already 2 spins in 1 lap. Levy and Seb. Posey going very wide, of course, there at that corner.
Posey spun it a few laps ago, so he's also going to be thinking about his tyre wear.
So I think they're gonna pit now. I think Levy and Seb at least, because those are the one who spun, and Apposi is not. Oh, that is not in the pit, and Gab is behind him, but Gab is closing up, going to try around the outside, going for the switchback is not working, and Seb and Levy have both decided to keep on driving. Surprisingly, because I thought they were gonna pit because they both spun. And we see Gabby behind Apposi trying to get his teammate, but not working for now.
Apposi's rear side looks pretty slippy. You see it pulling out multiple times that previous corner. Let's just have a look.
Oh, going very wide there, Apposi.
Let's have a look at Alfie as he makes his way through turn 1. There's the leader. And he spun it. Almost hitting the wall. Almost hit the wall. There was Alfie. That was very close. Let's have a look at Apposi, who has a limit warning. He's been hitting the edges of the track too much. And the stewards, they're not happy with him. They told him to calm down. Don't go so wide. Lap 15 though. These drivers, they're still fighting. Let's have a look at Gabby's on board now. These two teammates. Teammates as of a few weeks ago. But they've been friends ever since this driver who we're on board with now, Gab, joined the league. And almost spinning it is Gab. He's gonna think about his tyre wear now as well. Is his tyres overdue, or can he keep using them for another few laps? It is lap 15. Next lap would be another period where the pits would be open, don't you think?
I think that the pits are going to be open very soon, as Alfie gets another off track there. I think that the pit stops are coming very soon. Everyone is making so much mistakes, and again an off track for Alfie.
I think Gab's
He's running
Gab's
wide
gone for a
very
pit
much
stop.
there.
No, he hasn't. Ignore me. Side by side though, the two teammates. Back on board with Gab we go. Gab's in front. Gab has made the overtake on Apposi as Seb enters the pit lane. And well, into turn 1, down the inside, Gab went. Apposi sniffing out his car. He gets very wide. And through turn 5 we go. Apposi's car's looking quite on the ball. Massive oversteer moment from Gab.
Yeah, I think the tires of people are running out, and I think that Seb has gone for the undercut on everyone, or except LP, because he is way too far ahead. Already a gap of 37 seconds.
Alfie's in pits now.
Gabby, and I think LP's in pit. Yeah, he's in the pit. And I think Gabby and Apposi are following when Apposi goes very wide there. And Levy behind there, 2 seconds. And I think everyone is going to hit the pit now, but did the undercut on Levy work for Seb?
We can see him going through turn 4 now, or is that turn 6? Going through one of the turns. Apposi enters the pit lane. Let's have a look at where Levy's going. Levy doesn't enter the pit lane. Let's see who comes out first. This battle between Gab and Levy, pretty wide. Let's see Seb's on board as he enters the back to turn 1 more time, and we'll see who comes out in front, Apposi or Seb. Will the undercut work? Will he be able to keep his position? We'll just have to see. I think Apposi, he is driving again. Yep, you can see him turning out there, so the overcut seeming to have been the master call. Let's have a look at Levy again, who is still behind Gab through the undulating section of the track, the undulating sector 2. Through we go. And around we go one more time through the banked section, over the crest, and down the high-speed
Let's see if Gabby and Levy are gonna box this time. Because maybe if they stay out too long, the undercut of Seb might work.
Well, you can see Gabby
But
pulling
we
out to the left. He's going into the pits. Levy following him in as well.
Yeah,
Who's going to come out in front? Oh, Levy spun it.
Oh, Levy crashed in the pit lane. Oh, that's a shame. That's Levy is gonna have some extra time in the pit now. And there comes a Posey. I think he's going to pass and his teammate and Levy. Levy of course crashed into the pit, so he will stay longer in the pit. And there he goes, past Gabby, past Levy. And the undercut of a Posey worked very good. There we see Gabby coming and a Posey is in front.
Pit line there. He didn't follow the pit lane line.
Maybe he had some understeer with the new tires.
Stewards will definitely be informed about that, and well, we'll see after the race what their decision about that is.
And Levy is still in front of Seb. I think Seb has spun it somewhere or made a mistake, because Levy has had some extra time in the pit and lost so many seconds to Gab as well. So something might have happened with Seb, I think. As Posey is going to that big corner now, going down the hill afterwards. I think it's a really good idea of Posey earlier boxing than Gabby, and the undercut worked so good. He made a second clear. Going downhill, let's see if Gabby can close up to Posey. As
He's
Levy
losing time, he's too far away, but yeah, Posey with that perfect pit stop lap chose it perfectly to overtake Seb and overtake the other two, Gab and Levy. Let's have a look at who that was. Levy is not too far behind. Seb following closely as well. But this battle is still very close right here. Lap 19, we've only got 4 more laps to go, 5 more laps to go until the end of the race. Let's have a quick look at the current race leader. This is Alfie, and he is currently just relaxing. He could have a whole pit stop and still be in P1 if he just wanted to show off. Don't think he will though. Let's have a look at a Posey defending from Gab. Not too far though, but Gab behind there.
Okay, as Seb is not closing in on Levy. Levy is actually pulling away from Seb, but he's not closing into Gabby. Gabby is having the same pace as his teammate Posey, going down that hill and going into turn 1. Gabby not close enough, going a little bit on the grass there. As they go beautiful through it. Oh, he went a little wide over there, Gab. I think that's some decent because he jumped a little bit. I'm having a short road, sorry. Levy has actually closed a bit to Gabby, and Seb is just not closing in even with the DRS. I think he is not getting closer to Levy. As Levy almost lost it into the wall, but he saved it very good over there. As Seb, I don't think Seb is in the DRS because he is not so close to Levy, as Gabby is in the DRS of his teammate, but also not closing in. I think they're all on the same pace. Well, at least Levy is not into Gabby.
Look at this gap, 140. He's got DRS. DRS opens about now. It's not opening. He decided that he wouldn't use DRS, but he is definitely now within DRS range. This is Gab on Posey, the two teammates battling it out. Look at that gap to Alfie though. It's closed a bit over the last couple of laps, hasn't it? It was 34, now it's 27. So something's happened to Alfie. Maybe he had another spin.
Maybe Alfie had on it.
But something to just know about. They are sometimes gaining on Alfie.
And now they've lost already 10 seconds again, because it's 34 again. But I don't think that Gabby is trying to overtake Opposy since he hasn't enabled the DRS. Oh, on the grass there.
And Opposy seemingly all over the place as Alfie's almost a second off track. Through the left-hander, over the crest. That's the point where your lungs go, and the air gets drawn out of you. The gap closing. DRS not open from Gab. And this gap not closing enough for an overtake. Very close the two teammates got. How close do they want to drive in tandem? We will find out the limits here. All these two drivers through turn 4.
Very close to each other. And Gabby has closed in a little on Opposy. Oh, they're both almost spinning there. As Levy has been overtaken by Seb actually. And I think that was on the main straight. It's a big lock up there from Opposy. Going a little wide there. And the last lap has been flagged for Alfie.
Alfie is on the final lap
40 seconds ahead. And there we go. Let's see if Gabby can do something to Opposy in those last big straight, I think. Because the finish line, it mostly happens in turn 1. There they go, down the hill. Let's see, can Gabby do it on his teammate? He's closing up very much. And he is not doing it. No DRS. I don't think he's going for the overtake. Or he forgets it. That might also be an option. And he is not doing it. Let's see. Maybe. No. Levy is going for the overtake on Seb. Levy and Seb are fighting. Seb comes out in front there.
Oh, he spun it. Levy spun it.
Oh, Levy spun it. No.
Trying to get it back around.
Oh. I think Levy is very mad about that, because he was, I think he could have gotten him this lap. They were fighting in the first corner. Maybe they collided, because I don't think that, because they were side to side, you could see as Gabby is not getting close. And Alfie over the checkered flag. He won the race, and yeah, he had such a big gap, didn't he, Nav?
Yeah, it was almost 40 seconds. We would have caught it.
And
well, let's have a look at the next two drivers though. I believe it's Opposy and Gab. Who's going to make it down the straight? Triggering, detaching. Look at that. Gab goes for the overtake on the final lap.
Oh,
he gets P2.
He's going it on the final lap, on the final straight. He does it. He does it. Oh. Oh, Opposy must be heartbroken by that.
Seb gets P4, Levy gets P5. Opposy must be feeling betrayed by that. After not using DRS for so many laps. He just nips him on the final lap.
Yeah, Gabby just felt like, no, I'm gonna take it from you on the last lap. It's so sad for Opposy actually. That is not good teamwork, to be honest. That's just betraying each other. I don't think that's a good team play.
That's the game of racing. Sometimes you've got to play the teammate card. Sometimes, though, you've got to think about yourself and your own needs. That was the story of Season 3, Race 6, I believe we're on now. Palmadera. Thank you, everyone, for watching. This is, of course, your race winner, driving in the leaves. This is Alfie racing for Palmadera. He is today's race leader entering the pit lane. Thank you for watching this mayhem-filled, this jam-packed, action-filled race of Palmadera. Next week, we've got some more races lined up for you in the lovely place of find it real quick. Italy in Imola. So thank you for watching. See you later.